Dang.
Yeah,
You,
we
We in.
here.
We in.
you.
So what is going on, everybody? I guess we can call ourselves a coach's perspective. We got
Hey,
everybody in the building today.
for sure, for sure.
Coach Keisha, she is on her way, but it's the new year, right? Happy New Year! Happy
Happy
New
New
Year!
Year, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. So, man, let's just, I guess, just jump right in this Joker. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't
You
gonna
know,
tell me number one time. Listen, all right, everybody that's listening.
yeah.
No,
Come back.
Come
I'm
on.
look. I'm about to step on
It's a new
toes. I'm
year.
about to get people to unfollow me. I'm about to be so real to where like the gym is closed now. Some gyms closed. So I know a lot of people
Oh, okay.
that used to write down what they wanted to do and how they was gonna do it. I'm looking for the people that was like, let's be real with myself. Like last year was exposing yourself. This year is being real with yourself to say, look, I know where I'm weak, I know where I'm strong, and this is what I really need to work on. And I need to say it's okay for me to get a coach. It's okay for me to get a therapist. It's okay for me to find somebody that's gonna hold me accountable. Because just because you wrote it down, like we got a tablet of stuff that's wrote down and you did no actions to it. So I just want to encourage everybody this year, like you said, it's a new year.
New
But as they
year.
always say, just because it's a new year, you don't have to be the same person you was last year by bringing all those old habits, all those times where you didn't take any action. And the bad thing about it is you know what you need to do. Like all of us know what we need to do. Like how I know that, I'm gonna be so transparent. I started this thing where I wrote down I was gonna do 300 push-ups a day for 30 days. And then next month, I'm doing abs. And then next month, like I'm telling you, I'm trying
Let's
to
go.
run during
Let's
the
go.
summertime with no shirt on. I'm running through the summertime with no shirt on. Like straight up. Like I'm
No
selling all
dad,
my shirts.
no dad bod, huh?
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm selling all my shirts. I'm just like, hey. But it's the thing. The first week killed it.
Mm.
Come that next, not Monday, that next Tuesday. Because I scratch it off. I looked at it. I only did 100. And I was like,
Mm.
I got the whole day to do it. And I was like, look, you know you're supposed to be doing it. But what I lacked was I didn't have anybody to hold me accountable to just check up to say, hey, you finished your 300?
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't have that. So the fact is, the thing that I've learned and coming into this year already, you can change your mind and nobody will ever know it.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, because you ain't got no accountability.
Mm.
You can change your mind about
Mm.
something and nobody will ever know it.
Ooh.
That's why they say you have to speak.
Yeah.
Because when you speak it, not only to yourself, you're telling people what you're doing.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't need to tell everybody what you're doing. Not everybody. Not
And that's the
everybody.
thing too. That's the thing too, man. Some people they misunderstand why we come on live and why we do the things that we do and we talk about,
Yep.
working out and doing this and doing that. We do that in a sense for accountability. We're not
Mm-hmm.
doing it
Facts.
just so you can see our face
Facts.
on here.
Yeah.
I'm not showing me doing the pull-ups, the push-ups, and working out and doing all this stuff just so you can see my face. I'm doing it because this is
Right.
a level of accountability. And I'm telling you, it's execution. A lot of people, we have so many things that we want to do, but we lack the execution to do it, along with the accountability.
Yeah. I'm
You're
yeah.
right.
Just
And,
like
and look,
yeah.
don't underestimate that. The fact that we don't automatically have it where we automatically do what we supposed to do. Like you can have the greatest vision, the greatest dream. You could aspire to have the greatest relationship, but that don't mean that your body gonna get in tune and you gonna feel like doing everything that's required because it just don't work that way. Like everybody wants to be the number one athlete at whatever they've done. I don't know nobody that got in a relationship was like, I hope this don't work out. I don't know nobody that said that. But the fact of the matter is, it requires us to train ourselves to do things a certain way. There's a whole book says that the difference between the successful and those that are not is because they do things a certain way. So being able to do them, period, and then being able to do them a certain way to get results is like, yeah, you need people around you. Otherwise, your body is going to be like, this ain't worth it every time. There's going to be something that come up that say, you know what? this ain't worth it. I should stop here. Every time I get started, this is the reason why we have coaching programs. And I just heard somebody today, like, at what point, Willie, do you ever stop doing the fundamentals of playing a sport? Like at what point, or anything you've ever done, at what point do you say, I'm done with the fundamentals and the basics of this?
That's a good question. And I'm gonna tell you what happens. So it is never. The answer is never, but this is what happens. When people start winning, when people get complacent, they feel like they don't need the fundamentals. So that's why you have these kids that be like, oh, I my last game, I made 10 threes. So I don't have to go back and do my ball handling drills. I don't have to go back and do the basic stuff that helped me make the 10 threes, because now I'm just going to go in the gym and the first thing they do is shoot a three. Like, where does that come from? Because you got complacent. And this is what you just said was key. And this is what went in my mind when you said this. There's a Bible verse that says, if you seek, you will find.
Facts.
If you knock, the door will be open. Meaning, if you're doing something, you have to take action in anything that you're doing. He said, if you seek, you will find. So if you go, like they say, if you go looking for it, you're going to find it. It's like you tell these kids, hey, go get me the remote. And they ask you, well, where you had it at? No, I need you to go look for it, because if you look for it, you're going to find it.
And then look, when you find it, what you going to do with it? Because that's why we here, Royce, Keisha, because we found it. Now it's like, well, what you going to do with it? What you going to do with it? Are you going to turn do you just want to talk, or do you want to teach? Do you just want to be a speaker, or do you want to coach? Do you want to be an author? Like it's more than you just don't like. So once you find out, like you said, last year was about discovering, and I get to see now what you going to do about it. You go back to at no point does the pro athlete say, we ain't going to warm up doing dribbling. At no point do they stop saying, we ain't going to do the 3-man weave. We in the league. So if the people in the league doing this, what make you think that you shouldn't do, like, you? That's
because they don't see it. Yeah. They don't see it. That's the thing. They don't see the 3-man weave. You know, they don't see those things. Go ahead, Royce.
And part of the problem is people have a gift, but they lack the discipline that goes with the gift. A gift is something that is just natural. It comes natural to you to do this thing. But what doesn't come natural is the discipline that it takes to enhance the gift. So let's say you have someone who is a math genius, right? They still need to go and hone those skills and practice other math things to be even better. Why? Because it's just like everything is like a muscle. If you work it, it gets better, it gets stronger. When you don't work that thing, it becomes limp and weak. It's the same thing with your skills, with your gifts, with your talents, and whatever it is that you choose to say, well, you know what, this is what I'm going to try. Again, it goes back to the execution, because we talk a good game. And I know for a fact I talk a good game, bad good game, you know what I'm saying? But it's that follow through.
And back it up.
And Coach AJ, you said it on a post today. And God had put it in my spirit. He was like, finish what you started. Like this year, you finish what you started. Like don't matter of fact, don't put nothing else on your plate.
Wow.
Don't put nothing else on your plate. Eat what you got on your plate.
Eat it. Let's go.
I mean, eat that stuff. Don't put nothing else on there. Don't put nothing else. Like, you better eat what you got on there. And then once you eat that, just let it sit. Let it sit there for a minute. Let it sit there for a minute. And then maybe, because we can overindulge, right? That's what we do. And I know I've done it. I take on more than I can. And it's like, no, stop that. It's time out for that. 2021, whatever we say that we're going to do, we are going to do it, period. This is not a temporary thing. This is a lifestyle change.
Hey Royce, not to interrupt you, can you turn this broadcast, make sure it's on public?
Let me go.
I think just in case some people need to get a word. Thanks, Ari. Coach Keisha, what you? I felt your energy rising. What you got?
Yeah, I was just going on what everybody was saying and what Coach Royce was just saying. It's a process that we have to do. And so with that process, they with the mental strength coaching, they tell you that it takes, 20 days to undo your habits. You got 20 days to develop a habit, and then you got the last 20 days to make it a habit or make it to make it second nature. And so that's 60 days just to get started. And so it's more than just writing down your, January 1st, I'm going to do this. And this is my resolution. It takes a whole 60 days just to perfect that one thing to move on through the rest of the year. So that's why we can't put too many things on our plate. Like Coach Bush just said, eat what's on your plate right now, because, that 60 days of just doing that one thing. And then you still got to go the rest of the year trying to perfect everything else while maintaining that. So it's more than it's not as simple as people may think, or just write down on a piece of paper on 12 a.m. on January 1st.
And
Yeah, she just said the key. That's key.
Coach Lakeisha, and this is why I put on the flyer, new year, new who.
You.
New who? Like
you.
Is it gonna be is it gonna be the same person as last year where you took on too much, or you said yes too many times?
Right.
Or you didn't do nothing, or you didn't make a plan? New year, new who? Who is it going to be?
Right.
Who's it
I
going
like
to be?
that.
New year, new who?
Yeah.
Hey, because because like she said, it's a reason why we getting on here. Coaches need coaches like barbers need barbers. You know what I'm saying? At no point do the fundamentals ever get old, because I heard a guy say, "Who is your worst enemy? Who is your worst enemy? You. You are your worst enemy. You will keep you from doing things." So that is exactly why, like, every athlete needs a trainer. Every athlete needs a coach. Every athlete, at no point do you ever see someone that's serious about being great, just like life. At first I thought life coaching was a joke. I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm like, life coaching, like I just but now that this is why me and Willie can say we could put a whole show together relating basketball to life, because if it wasn't for basketball, I wouldn't even care about a coach. I wouldn't even care about a coach. I wouldn't even know why it's necessary. But if it's necessary, they say how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if I needed a coach in hoop, that's why I needed ET. If it wasn't for ET, I wouldn't even be in my gift. And this year, it can't be about you discovering, like, doing a whole bunch of ideas. It got to be about you being in your gift. Yeah. Stay in your gift, not your ideas. That's how I'm approaching this year.
Oh, listen. I hope everybody just heard
Hold on. Coach, say that last one again.
Say that again. You did. That was fine. You got to say it again.
Hey, stay in your gift and not your ideas. That's how you finish things. When he said 2021 is about finish. If you stay in your gift, you will finish. If you stay in your ideas, you get millions of them. They're going to keep coming. That's how blessed you are. You keep getting idea after idea after idea. But if you stay in your gift, you're going to finish what you started. Ooh, wait.
Yeah, and your gift is so powerful that it won't allow you to put it down. Like, even when you want to, your gift is so stirred up that it won't allow you to put it down. Because this is what I learned. You're either creating or cremating what you want to do. Like, you're either creating or cremating what you're doing in your environment. Because this is what I learned. This is what I just learned. This is what my whole 21 is about to be. My whole 21. I am about to focus on these 9 things. And I'm telling you, if you don't sign up, and I'm not trying to push, what I'm doing, what I just put out on.
Hey, if it works, it works, Willie. Don't be nice.
I'm telling you, if you don't get this, these are the 9 things that's going to lead up to this one word. So the thing that I'm focusing on is these 9 things: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, and goodness equals one word: advance. I'm going to break down each and every last one of them words to myself, because I can ask each and every last one of y'all listening right now, Royce, Coach AJ, Coach Keisha, I can ask y'all which one of those in your life that you need to work on.
All
Mm.
of them.
All of them, coach. Check,
All of
check,
them.
check.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so that's 9. If you focus on those at least one each month, that's 9 months already.
Mm.
That's 9 months already out of 12. So meaning you still have other months to capitalize what you just worked on for those 9 months of action that you're going to take. Because I guarantee you, if you got a boyfriend, if you married, if you focus on just one of those things, say, you know what, I'm going to focus on joy this month and just operate in joy the whole month.
Mm.
And then you go right next to love. And I'm telling you, ask the people that care most about you. Like, ask the people that those people that know you. If they say, hey, if you say, hey, out of these 9, what I need to work on, they probably gonna tell you ones that you probably don't even know, that you probably thought that you already accomplished.
Mm.
So that's what I'm working on. So what I just put out, my encouragement university, I'm telling you, like, we're gonna break down these things that you have denied yourself, because it's so easy to work on everybody else and do stuff for everybody else.
That's a fact.
You don't do it for yourself.
That is a fact.
And we've done that long enough to where we are operating from what we seen, like you said last year. Like, guess what? Your mask still got to be on. let's call it a spade. Your mask still got to be on. You still ain't going to the church building. You still sitting at home and listen, like, I can't count 2020 for me as a bad thing. I still was working. I finished my book. Like, all those things that was on my plate, I took time to sharpen those things. And when I did that by linking up with people like y'all, because if I didn't, my blade would be numb, which means iron can't sharpen iron, which means if I had an axe, I couldn't cut the wood. So if I can't cut the wood, that means it's dull. But as soon as I get with something sharp, like an AJ, like a Coach Royce, now, and people are like, man, you taking a break? Yeah, because all it's gonna take is me one time to chop it, and that's gonna split down the middle. And that's what I'm doing.
That's good.
What you just said, that iron sharpens iron. You got to think about, iron is one of the hardest metals. It's one of the hardest metals. So in order for you to sharpen against another hard metal, it has to equal. It has to equal. So some of us are sharpening against a rubber band. You're sharpening yourself against some plastic. So what does that means? You got the wrong circle. You hanging around the wrong people, doing the wrong things, and then you wondering why you still in the same spot.
That's it.
Iron sharpens iron. So you not around iron. You still around people that still
don't tell the truth.
Everything is still the same. They still
don't be nice, coach.
Come on.
They still sleeping around. They still doing what they ain't got no business doing. But you wonder why, I ain't leveled up yet. You ain't leveled up because you hang around people who ain't never gonna level up. They're not trying to level up. And don't
blame yourself. Don't blame yourself because they ain't leveled up.
And then half the time, like, so there's a difference between having a gift and then knowing your gift. Like, you got a gift, and it's easy for you to use it. But knowing your gift is when you know the strengths and the weaknesses. I know when to use it. I know when not to use it. I know how much to use, and I know when I need to throttle back on it.
Facts.
So that iron sharpens iron. Yeah, you need to find yourself some iron.
Or unless you want to be soft. I mean, if you don't want nobody tough to guard you, Royce. Some people want to guard the person that's good, and then some people like, no, I don't want none. I don't want none. Like, you don't want to guard that person that's faster than you because you know that's gonna challenge you. No, it's gonna make you better. Like, you can't everybody can't hang around a ET or talk to certain people because you're not ready to level up where the things that you can't, because you can't be fake and be around these people.
No,
you can't.
Because they can smell you. They can smell you.
You better.
They can smell if you faking phony and you faking the phone. Like,
you ain't gonna come around. You can't.
Mm-mm.
Oh, what is that? What is that? Somebody musty?
Mm.
What is going on?
You don't want these tests. But this what it is, y'all. And I think the thing this year is I know a lot of people are pushing purpose in the gift, but so many people are caught up in the wrong P word. They get plan and purpose mixed up. Like your plan is a strategy. It's like, it's a strategy. Your purpose is what you should be doing. So it's like, well, as I always tell people, it's like, okay, your purpose, you don't normally know the how.
Mhm.
But when you have a plan, that's how you figure out the how. It's a process.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotcha.
I'm telling you, like the process, like I'm learning that God will take you through a process to progress for the purpose.
Yo.
Like, cause we don't know. Like I'm
Mm.
telling you, like
Drop that again. Drop that again.
Yeah, say that. Wait, say that. Wait. Say that one more time. Say that one more time. Say that one more
Slow
time.
it down. I'm saying I'm learning that it takes a process that equals progress to get to your purpose. You can put that in a triangle. And I'm saying that because I've learned that just, I want to say about 2 weeks ago when I was talking to Lakeisha. And one of the worst feelings that she can probably ever feel, and I know where she's been, where as a human being, you can feel every emotion that you can go through in life. I'm talking about from happy, from sad, to crying, to being joyful. I mean, you get all those and it hits you at one time.
Mhm.
There means there's a process that has to happen for her to be able to progress. Because if she does not progress, the purpose for what was started never comes to reality, because she's stuck in the process. But you can't be stuck at the process because you have the progress that you need to take. And what you need to take is saying, hey, like that's why I was reaching out to her. And I didn't want to do it in a way where it was overbearing, but I did it in a way to where as soon as I did it, she knew that I can't stay in this process. This process is not for me to stay in.
That's good.
So when you in a process, you gotta know, and sometimes you ain't even gotta know. You just gotta be aware. And we all talked about that. You gotta be aware of knowing that I ain't that sweet. Be real. Like I can't handle the ball like that, but I can play defense.
Hey.
So
and look, can I say something? Because what you said about that, what the plans and the purpose, like understand that your plans ain't there to get you there. God is really the how, right?
Mhm.
But your plans are evidence and proof of your faith. You don't even know if these plans are going to work or not. But this is the best you can come up with right now, right here, for what you know, for everything you do know, right? All it is evidence and proof of your faith of what the ultimate goal and vision is, whatever that might be. And I think, like you said, then you understand the power of purpose, because your plans, like you said, only go so far. But it's evidence, it's proof that you believe that something greater can happen to you. You believe that you can have financial freedom or whatever the case might be. So it's just amazing how you put knowing the difference between purpose and plans, but then it's also understanding, like, even though you don't know if these plans will work and you may have to change them, it's still evidence of what you believe is possible for you.
Hey,
yeah.
and
Because the plan is how to get it done to your purpose. That's the plan.
And to both of y'all points,
What'd you say, Royce?
I said to both of y'all point, you can have good intentions but bad results. You can have good
facts. That is a big fact.
but bad results. Like I intend to be a millionaire, but the results are I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? I got good intentions. Like all day, I got good intentions. I'm working, but if you don't have, again, the plan that goes with it, and what does the plan include? Like you have to write this thing down. You have to be detailed and structured with this thing. Like you were saying, Coach Will, like you have to put everything in order, because otherwise you're gonna have bad results.
Yeah, break it down. Like don't make it that hard. I think that's what we do. We make it hard. Like when I just threw out, I said I'm gonna do 300 push-ups. by me just saying that, I was just like, man, I don't know how the heck I'm gonna do 300 push-ups. But the moment I broke it down, at
You
first
just
I was just like, I was
I-
like, man, I'm gonna do 100. And I was like, no, I ain't gonna do 100. I'm gonna do 50. I said, I ain't even gonna do that. I'm gonna do 25. I'm gonna do what I know I can do.
Come on now.
I'm gonna do what I know I can do.
Come on now.
25. Easy. Like I'll get down. I'm gonna stop. I'm just saying, like I knew I can do 25. So when I said 25 times 4 is 100. Let me do 3 sets of that.
Let's
and then
go.
now I work my way up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this to my life to say, hey, I want to be that millionaire. So I know I need maybe 10 clients a week to make this amount to get me to that end result. And that's what we sometimes have to stop doing. We keep thinking it's okay to think big picture, but also have small details to get you to the big picture. Because see, once I do that, I'm able to say, hey, like, we got to stop being broad of what we're trying to do. It's like, oh, I want a relationship. What does that mean? Stop being so
Right.
broad. How do you build that relationship? Like, I want a relationship. Okay, are you going to say by you saying that? Are you going to start trusting? Like, are you going to take steps in trusting people when you didn't build these walls up? Or I want a better relationship with my daughter's father, or okay. So are you willing to take this and apply it to that to get to that end result? You have to do that. You got to say, hey, you can't have two visions. If you're married and you're in a relationship, you can't have two visions. You got to have, because if you got two divisions, you're gonna be divided.
Yeah, 2 divisions.
Two
You see what I'm saying? That's why. That's why you got to have one plan, one goal to get to where you're going.
Hey,
And that don't mean you have to take away the small steps.
No, you
ain't-
can't
it
eat an
ain't-
elephant
it
in
ain't
one
that
bite.
big.
You can't eat an elephant in
It
one
ain't that
bite.
big.
So that's what it is. If you want this beautiful marriage, that's a whole elephant, and you're gonna have to eat that thing down one bite at a time. And it's just the way it is. That's everything. And you can't be mad at taking spoonfuls at a time. Like, it's a reason for that. I think it gives us, because you get sick when you try to take everything all at once. I think that's why a lot of us don't win the lotto. We wouldn't be able to handle it. That's just a fact. I know everybody wants to win, but the fact that we all want it that badly is probably why we don't win and we don't need it. So I hear you, coach. You going.
Man.
And this is something I've always said: focused efforts get you detailed results.
Say that again.
So focused efforts get you detailed results.
Mm.
An arrow is best shot one at a time. If you want to hit that target, you're not going to shoot 2 arrows to hit that target. You're going to shoot one
Fire.
arrow at a time.
That's good. That's real good.
That's what you got to do. Listen. There's no such thing like the multitasking thing. Our brain is not even wired for that, yo.
Nope.
We too scattered brain. I mean, we will never get nothing done.
Jack of all trades and a master of none.
Master of none.
So,
Man, let me.
I know
Oh,
that
God.
mental health is
Thank
my
you.
thing. It's mental health coach. That's me, right? I can't be the entrepreneur that does investments and all this other stuff. No, but I will definitely seek out the person who knows how to do that so I can learn from them. But I'm not going to be known as the investment entrepreneur guru. No, that's not me. What I will do is, if you got some mental barriers that you need to break, that keeps you repeating certain behaviors and things like that, I can help you out. We can help each other out. That's collaboration.
Man, I just told one of my students this last night. It was crazy. He called me at 12 o'clock, and he was dealing with an issue. And we broke it down. I said, you know what? He was like, I'm still like, I cut this person off, and I blocked them, and then 2 weeks later they came back, because y'all know how we get in our feelings when we see a post on somebody, and you be like, man, you talking about me? Like, nah, I ain't even talked to you in 2 weeks. Like, so he experienced one of those, and I was like, in those 2 weeks, how happy were you? He was like, man, I was having the best 2 weeks, because he on like little winter break. So I said, she shouldn't have that much power over you. And this is how I broke it down to him. And he literally was like, man, I love you so much. What I said was, a fish, I hope y'all catch this. A fish does not take swimming lessons to know how to swim. A eagle does not take flying lessons to learn how to fly. And what I told him was, God made us for a purpose. Meaning anything that is what it is, that's what you are. Meaning every car that's made, don't leave the dealership till it is stamped. And once it is stamped, it's saying, hey, you are approved to use this vehicle to be able to operate to what you need it for. So when it leaves the manufacturer, all of us are given a manual to our lives. And let's be honest, how many times have you opened up your manual and read each and every last thing before you put it together? And if you don't read the manual, you won't know how you completely operate. Why? Because you have already been tested before you got here. So when God sent you here, he said, look, I already know what you can do because I've tested it in you, and you are able to do it. You are able to do it. You've been tested.
Yeah.
So with the fact that you've been tested, you don't have to worry about trying to get other people's approval for something you've been certified and verified to do.
Come on.
It's like Prego. It's already in there.
So I told him, I said, bro, you don't have to worry about trying to get her validation when you have already been certified and tested to operate and swimming and flying. And he was just like, I'm not gonna have to worry about this no more. And I was like, man, like, you don't have to worry about that. All of us have already been tested. That's why we are still here, standing strong, being able to say, hey, 2020, I may have felt broken. Well, I may feel broke, but I wasn't broken. You know, I may have been, in pain, but I wasn't scarred. Like you are already tested for what you are already going to go through. And God is not looking in his pockets like, nope, I ain't got no more blessings for you. Like, I'm all out. Like, he like, no, I knew you was going to go through that. How I know? Because you went through the process, which means I'm going to bring you out through the progress so you can go ahead and go to your purpose and you can go ahead and fulfill what you got to do, because people are connected to your blessing for them to reach their blessings. Because guess what? They say to be a blessing, to give a blessing, you got to be what?
Got to be one.
A blessing.
So meaning, if I'm doing something, I'm a blessing.
Come on, coach. Come on.
That's huge right there. And just like Willie was saying, when I messed around and clicked up, I had to reach over for a clean as hit the wrong button. But let me tell you, that's so huge that when you say you have to go through the process, no matter what you're going through, and God knows, because I promise you right now where I am in my life and the things that I'm going through, it's like, I can't imagine no worse pain or worse situation. And I can sit there, and I was in deep meditation all day the other day, and just sit there and ask him, God, like, you got to be careful what you pray about. You got to be careful what you ask. You got to be careful what your intentions. When we talked about intentions, those intentions are real. And
yes,
so for me, when I sat there all day thinking back on hindsight of the things I asked and the things that I wanted, I asked for specific things. I asked for things to happen. You know what I'm saying? And I asked for, answers to certain questions, but I didn't ask for specifics. You know what I'm saying? When it came to God, I didn't know how he was going to do it. And so it took me a minute, and I'm still, going through, but I know that at the end, it got to be a purpose. I know that it's easier to say right now in this moment that I'm going through it for someone else, or to help somebody else, or to encourage somebody else. I know that is going to be the end results, but when you're in the midst of it, it's hard to see that. But at the same time, we can't tell God how to answer those prayers. We can't tell him how to answer our questions or the route he have to take. Because I was sitting there and I was thinking, man, I wanted these things, but you could have chose a different route. You know what I'm saying? Like you,
That's
even
real.
though I feel like I'm going the long route, I'm closer than I think. And so that's how I'm able to keep passing and keep going and keep getting up every day, because I know that it has to be an ending. But if I stay right here in the forest, I'm never going to see what the end going to be. So every day I got to keep getting up, keep pressing. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all you guys for just help me to do that, like every single day. Willie refused to let me stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And
Let's
that was
go.
huge. And I'm like, so I'm grateful, and everything that you're saying is just dropping all kinds of jewels that's even helping me today. Like we said, coaches need coaches, barber need barbers. This right here is even helping me right now. So I'm
Yo,
grateful, and I want to encourage everybody to just keep going, no matter what it is. This is day 3 of the new year, and we still in that first 20 days of the process of undoing the things that has been done. So we just got to keep it moving and keep going in spite of.
man.
So, oh man.
Come on, girl.
Everything that you need is already inside you.
Yeah.
Like everything that you need is already inside you. It just takes an event. It just takes a situation. It just takes an experience to bring it out.
Facts.
Example is a seed.
Come on.
Come
You
on.
gotta die before you
It's
can
a
even grow.
seed. You got to plant that joker. And guess what? You got water, you got sunlight, but everything is already in the seed. Everything is already in there. It's already a tree. It's already a forest. It's already bearing fruit. It just takes what? The external things to bring it about, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's already, and we've been looking for other people, other things, validation from everybody else when it's already in here. You got it already.
Already got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, what you said, Royce, and what Keisha said, and what Willie said, and I'm speaking right now because we've all been to the space, and Lakeisha's there right now. When you are looking at the facts of the situation, where you are, how you feel, what's happened, there is a facts. There's two things. There's facts, which are very real, right? Very real. And then there's truths, also very real, but two different things. The fact of the matter is, yes, I'm in this situation. I don't like it. I don't, this is my truth right here, right now. This has happened, whether it be death, whether it be, I've lost a job, whether I'm homeless, whatever the case, that's a fact right now. And it's truth. But the truth is, that you won't be there. That's not what you were designed to do. That's not where you're designed to stay. And the crazy thing is, the miracle happens when the facts fold to the truth of the matter. Because life, spiritually, everything that we are designed to do, the fact is, yes, this world is very evil. Yes, there's evils in this world. Yes, there's all this going on. Yes, there's heartbreak, there's molestation, there's rape, there's murder. Yes, that's a fact. But did God design us to be that way? Absolutely not. That was never the plan. But we have to see this clearly and choose. You're choosing now. You not only see it, and I'm going to choose this, Lakeisha, like you said. I'm going to choose it when I'm looking at it and I can do nothing but cry. But I train myself not to think about it that way no more, because this is truth right here, right now. But that facts don't make it truth. Reality is, it's a different type of truth here. Like, we're not going to always stay away. So I'm just thankful that we're doing this, one, because I'm understanding that the miracle is, and we think it's a miracle, but reality is, where you are will never ever determine where you're gonna stay, ever, unless you choose to stay there. Like, you only stay in hell when you choose to be there. At any point you choose heaven, you get to experience heaven. And like you said, in the midst of the storm, you will be in the center of it. That is the protection. It's not to say that there won't be storms, but can you be protected through your storm? Absolutely.
Absolutely. Right in the eye.
That's why they got boats. and what you just
that
said,
was a good one. Boats.
Fact of the matter is, like right now, I haven't seen my daughter in almost 2 years. That's a fact. I haven't seen my daughter in almost 2 years, but that's not the future. Future is, or the purpose is, or what's going to happen is that I will have that relationship with her eventually. I embrace the fact of what it is right now. That's reality. You embrace reality, but your reality doesn't have to be permanent. It's not permanent. That's just what it is right now. And that's what faith is. Optimism. Like those things that calling those things that are not as though they were, and having that optimistic attitude, like, you know what, I'm
Yes.
going to continue to move forward. It doesn't matter what the situation looks like. I don't care about Corona. I don't care about any of that stuff. I am going to continue to have an optimistic attitude. Why? Because I know God.
That's right.
Mm.
That's it.
Man, you just said something that struck a nerve in me, man. I'm trying to hold back these tears, man. Because as my grandma used to always say, if I can just think of the goodness
Come
of all
on.
I've been through, my soul just want to cry out. Because I lost my dad this year in 2020. I've seen the relationships that I had to mend from people that molested me, from people that took advantage of, the people I took advantage of. And I'm just speaking from the heart because he said one word was boat. And that one word opened up so much. And God said, speak on it. The boat is designed to withstand any storm. And what happens, the only time the boat can ever be flooded is what comes inside the boat. Meaning the same thing the boat was invented for was to keep it out and to stay afloat. Meaning your boat will go through any storm. But what happens is when you start letting things inside that boat come in, you're going to go down right with it. And when he said that, I thought about how many times in life are we allowing things to come in our boat and drown us and sink us. And then we're trying to pedal it out and we're trying to scoop everything out.
Making it worse.
You're making it worse because I can't. Oh God, thank you. He can't fill something up when you have holes that are punched in certain areas and you want him to fill it up. Like I posted today, I don't know if y'all seen it. I had a post that said we have to stop asking God to change our life when we ignoring the fact he's trying to change you. We got to stop it. He's like, look, you got the boat. You got the
Come
boat.
on, man.
I can't change your life if you ignoring me to change you.
Come on, man.
So when you saying a prayer, you got to be specific in what you're praying for. To say, God, like, I can't fix what I want porn at. So if I'm dealing with pornography, if I'm dealing with self-control, if I'm dealing with lying, if I'm like whatever it is, he knows it. It's just like one of your kids. You know when one of your kids being bad. And you just waiting for them to say, all right, just tell me you being bad, and we can move on from this. But until you tell me being bad, I'm gonna throw all these tests at you until you start being truthful. And that's what he's saying. He's like, look, come. Oh my God, thank you. You know, just like all of us know what it's like to buy something that has a warranty and a guarantee. When it has a warranty and a guarantee, don't we send it back to the manufacturer? Don't we send it back to where it go? And we don't pay nothing for it. So why we can't do the same thing with our life? When we know our heart is broken, when we know it needs to be forgiveness. He's like, hey, I know you broke. I know you frustrated. I know you just lost something that was real personal, but I'm the only person that can fix your heart. I'm the only person that can help you get to where you're trying to go because you know why? I made you. So I know them things that you may not talk about in 2020 that help you get through 2021, but you won't say nothing about it. Man. I know those things. Man, I know the things that you struggle with that keep you up, tossing and turning. Like you don't have to deal with that when you put yourself in an environment with people that love you for you, that won't judge you, won't make you feel guilty, and won't make you feel ashamed. Why not go to those people?
Come on.
Why not go to those people? And the bad thing is we all know they there. This is what I learned. This is what I learned, Coach AJ. This is what I learned, and I'm gonna leave it at this. I've learned that no matter what we do and how we do it as coaches, people only want us to be there for the consequences of what they're doing that we told them to do.
Come on, man. You better preach that.
You want me to be there for the consequences, but you don't want me to be there before you have to enter those consequences when I can give you the blueprint that you ain't got to go through that. Then it's like, oh, now you need me to fix your credit.
You got trouble.
Now, come on. Now. Because the thing about it, we got Facebook, we got Instagram, and I guarantee every last one of y'all know when you're in a down spot, you know what to go look at. You know what to scroll and go find.
Yep. Man,
I just want to encourage y'all, man. What's in your boat is only gonna drown if you affect those things inside your boat. That's the only way the boat sinks.
that's
That's
good,
the
man.
only way the boat sinks.
That's the only way the boat is gonna sink.
Royce, you got you. I want to hear what you got going on. I'm watching you, man. You fighting back tears over there. What you been thinking? Willie was talking.
Y'all
Both
better
of
turn
y'all.
y'all camera off like
We don't
me.
get to see men like this, so
Right.
I thank you,
I'm letting
Willie,
it
for
go.
sharing that. And Roy's just y'all both like next to each other on the screen. So I'm like, Lord, can y'all please continue to elaborate, because we don't, our young men and men watching don't get to hear authentic, you know what I'm saying? Where you're
Yes.
but Royce, tell me what you, because I don't know if you was fighting back tears or it was me, but just kind of just explain like what you feeling, man.
No, that just reality, how many years ago was it?
Thank you.
It's like 4 or 5 years ago. I was in Hawaii, and God told me to come back to Michigan. Told me to come back. And that one decision is what changed my life. Part of that one decision right there. Because when I made that decision, I was able to come back to Michigan, got a job working for the VA, and my oldest daughter came to live with me. It was from there that we reconciled. I was able to give her a surprise bridal shower, to walk her down the aisle, to she moved here to Lansing. She joined the same church. Her husband was in the church. She was on the worship team with us. And now she's even pursuing the same career path as a counselor as I am. One decision. I say all that to say that you are one decision away from your breakthrough. One decision away. And when you make that decision, man, it'll change your life. AJ, you know what I'm talking about.
Forever. Forever, ever, forever, ever. You know what I'm saying? Like forever. Like it literally, I didn't believe it, Royce, as I'm looking back, and I'm on Clubhouse listening to these millionaires, Willie, and I'm like, I'm so blessed. Like everything that all these people are trying to get, I've been getting for the last 4 or 5 years, man. Like, and it would have cost me thousands and thousands of dollars that I didn't have. I'm hearing people say you got to buy relationships. You can't just walk up to people that have millions of dollars and shake their hand. You can't. But when you do things right in the space that you're in, he will bring those people that you never thought you could even reach and bring them right to you. And he'll walk you into that relationship, man, authentically. All because you were choosing one thing after another when it didn't seem like it even mattered. It didn't even seem like it would even change anything. Like you said, them 15 push-ups don't seem like nothing until you compound another 15. One prayer don't seem like nothing until another prayer follows that prayer. And then another one. And then next thing you know, you got 17 seconds of thinking and then a minute. And now you programming yourself to just think and build a momentum in the directions of your gifts, in the direction of the things that you're ready to receive. And used to be, Willie, it would be in the directions that would lead us to being defeated. And just to be able to look back and say, I chose this over that. I chose this. I chose to do right when nobody was watching. Not perfect, Willie. Not perfect. I chose to do as right as I could with the hand that I had.
Yeah.
I didn't renege. I played my hand. I got books when I never thought I could. So I'm one thing at a time. That's it. One prayer at a time. One right decision. Like he said, all you got to do is be right once.
I'll tell you one thing.
God is good, man.
For me in 2020 and what I know to be true and what has me still standing today, my one thing that I did right in 2020 was taking the assessment and leaking up with y'all. When I tell you, had it ever, all the things that I'm going through, and I'm releasing shame and guilt because I've been married going on 19 years this year, and I'm currently going through a divorce. On top of, in 16 days, I just learned that my daughter has been violated, as well as I'm going through a divorce. And then I lost my uncle of COVID and my daddy in a time frame of 16 days. At the end of the year, and the year was going smooth. I'm talking about, but this between December 2nd and December 18th, everything hit me at once. And had I not taken the assessment and linked up with Coach and everybody else months to this, I wouldn't even know how to breathe. I posted today and even got on my shirt, just remember to breathe, because every second is a reminder for me to breathe and how to keep pressing and how to keep moving. So in 2020, that one decision saved my life. And in 2021, to keep breathing and keep pressing and continue making decisions is helping me to stand right here today. So, and just mentioning that is something that I haven't mentioned, and here we are on live. So it's beyond just my daddy. It's a whole lot going on. But when I tell you that shame is gone today, and I'm living my truth, and I know that it's more to it than what I went through. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I'm grateful. And that one decision changed my life and saved my life.
Man, this is why it's an important to accept your truth, let go of your past, and believe in you. This is why it's so important. Because the people that inspire you, you never know what they are going through.
Yeah.
You never know. So when we get on these lives, we ain't getting on just to be getting on. We are dealing with life. But yet our gift won't allow life to get in the way, because it's a bigger purpose. These four is bigger than all of us. To be, I had no idea that Keisha was going with what she was going through until I sent something. I think it was like at 2:00 in the morning. I sent it at like 2:00 in the morning, like woke me up. And I was like, I sent her 2 songs. I left it at that. I was out. But it was so heavy to know that whatever it was, it gave her what she needed. And I didn't say a word. But if you're not connected with people that can go through the same pain, like I shouldn't be happy when you in pain. I should be feeling the same way she's feeling, like it happened to me. Like that's how you should be feeling. Like you should be able to say, hey, when you going through something, I'm going through it too. But when you going through it, somebody has to be the person that I can lean on. Because when people always be the strong person, they don't have nobody to lean on.
Tell the truth.
They don't have nobody to lean on. So this is what I've learned is you have to stop letting people into your destiny that's not a part of your plan.
Ooh, that's good.
We got people that we bringing in that's a part of a destiny, but so I'm telling y'all that this is what 21 is all about. It is legalizing the fact that you have been through something. You came out of it. Now you're about to start a whole new process over again. And this one decision determines how you're going to start it. And the one decision starts with a thought. Nothing happens until you think it. Nothing happens. And guess, oh my God, God is so powerful. He blesses us with his thoughts. Think about that. Like he think a thing and he's able to bless us with something.
Yes, he does.
Just by thinking it.
Man, and
Woo.
yeah, and nothing is ever wasted. Like nothing, God, like nothing that we've ever gone through is ever wasted. It's not wasted.
Amen. But we're not gonna let AJ slide though. She not gonna
Oh, no,
she not gonna have those tears and then run
Come
away.
on,
Like
come
she not gonna
I
expose
know
it.
she was shooting up.
What you feeling? What you feeling?
I didn't want my
Yeah.
mascara to be running and
Nah,
then
let it
I'm
run.
looking like Beetlejuice or nothing. But
Let it flow. Let it flow.
no, it's because I was just thinking, Willie, because I remember being uncomfortable with my own voice. And, if I had never did, and this is like so critical and it makes me emotional because I was looking for a voice too. And I heard a voice that saved me. So when somebody else, every coach is going to save somebody. All of us are coaches. And you don't know what you're preparing people for, what you're preparing yourself for. So because like you said, God hears our thoughts and he's given us his wisdom. And for me to be confident enough to say, yo, this works because God gave it to me. He gave it to me. I didn't create this to make money. I created it to save myself. He gave me a plan and it works for other people. Like this is nothing I have to sell. So when I had to think, Willie, because I was looking up to the secret to success. And then I realized right now I'm successful. I am doing everything that I've ever dreamed of doing.
And it's not because of the stuff.
It has nothing to do with the stuff.
It ain't stuff. Success ain't stuff.
It ain't. And it's everything to do with how I feel about what I do, how I do it, being a student of it. I could do this forever. And I thought, Willie, it would have something to do with where I lived, with what I could buy, with what I could wear. And all that's great. I'm not knocking that stuff. But I'm realizing, somebody taught me, and I'll never forget E.T. telling me in Philly, I'm going to teach you how to make money being yourself. That's it.
That's it.
That's good.
And I'm gonna just say this. That was the freedom walking into 2021 that I'm already successful because Willie, I thought because of the culture and society that they need to see an ad. No, they don't. I already know people believe in me right now. They are getting results and I get a joy out of teaching one person at a time how to do what I did at ground zero. I will never get tired of showing somebody how to find themselves and find the right program, the right business for them, not for the money, for you, for your gift, because that's the greatest wealth you could ever have. And Willie, I see it on your face. Royce, I see it in your spirit and on your face. And Lakeisha, she's walking into it and just hearing her testimony that what I did and my gift can help lighten the blow of life. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I don't feel guilty about anything I've ever done if I can continue to be in my gift. And as long as I'm a student of that, God will continue to open it up. And for anybody else, we're just an example of what is possible when you do believe. And then when you get in tune with what you say and you do the work, you do the work. When I start saying this, I didn't want to do the work. I hated the word. I just wanted to change the perspective. And then the work became me. So you become what you think you trying to create. You end up becoming that thing. Yeah. So thank y'all, coaches. Thank y'all for just being y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Man, you have no idea.
That's good.
I'm about to blow everybody's mind. When I first started this journey, I remember Coach AJ. Like when I first started, I'm talking about when we did our first podcast together, and I went back and I seen some pictures, and I was like, "Oh, that's her." I was like, I spoke it, like I said that one day I was gonna be on the same platform with her. I spoke this, and I didn't even know I was gonna be here. I remember her, like I seen her with ET because I had started watching ET, and I was like, man, she dope. And I was like, okay. And I remember, like, I just remembered when I met Jamal for the first time, and he said something to me. He was like, just because you don't have a lot of people following you, don't mean what you're doing ain't real. And when he told me that, like, we talked daily, And I couldn't believe, like, I'm still so starstruck when I talk to Royce, when I talk to Keisha, when I talk to Coach AJ, Jamie, Words Taylor, Will. Like, I meet all these great people that I didn't have a dime to be able to be in the same atmosphere, room with these people. I mean, I was like, how is this even possible? And I remember because I spoke it, and I remember seeing Coach AJ, and I was like I was literally like, my kid's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, no, that's like, look, that's Coach AJ. Like,
Let's
like
go.
almost a year and a half ago, I was like, I was gonna be doing this.
Come on,
and
man.
it blows my mind because I keep the same energy as, like, it's new to me every day that I'm helping somebody by just being my authentic self. Like, people don't think they need encouragement. I'm telling you, 365 days out of the year, you're gonna need encouragement. And it ain't just somebody just, speaking to you. It's a whole different thing to do than just, some words. It's a lifestyle. Like, I'm not
Oh,
just
man.
telling you this. Encouragement is a lifestyle. It's not something that you can just pick up and just get. It's something you got to keep doing daily. And if you don't do it daily, you're going to have those moments. That's why I'm so thankful that I, like, what I have and what I go through is so, like, I have the ability to take on all these things and still master the purpose to give you what you need in spite of what I'm going through. Like, I was able to speak the day my dad died.
Mm.
And it was the day he died was like the most people I had spoke to, and nobody knew my dad died that day. Nobody asked me what I was going through. Nobody said, hey, how you doing?
Wow.
Nobody did none of those things. But the day afterwards, it flooded. I don't know how they found out. Everybody was like, you know what? They found out because I had it live the day afterwards. And everybody was like, that's amazing how powerful you was to speak and not cry, not be emotional or any of those things during the worst time. And it wasn't the worst time because I was able to live out what my dad seen in me. And I got his letter hanging up on the wall, and it's a letter they found in his house that he didn't get a chance to give to me, that he wrote to me before he died.
Wow.
And the word that sticks out was, he says, keep encouraging. And then he gave me that Bible verse that says, if you're a giver, you give. If you're a teacher, you teach.
Mm-hmm.
If you and people miss this, he said, is if you encourage, you encourage. When I seen that, I broke down because I was like, all my life, this is what I've always done in basketball, football, in my life with people. And I was like, this is my lane.
It's a miracle, baby.
This is my lane. Because if you can't find one person or Google one person that would say they are encouragement strategists or they work on encouragement. Like, you, not one.
Facts.
No.
Like, I did the research. I was trying to find out. I was like, who can I Google to find out how to encouragement? I need to find out how to do this. He was like, nope, you're the first of his kind. I was like, what?
Creator.
I'm the
Let's
first.
go.
So that's the difference when you have something that, when you create something and when you make something. Oh, that's powerful. I hope y'all catch that. When you create something, that means it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But when you make something, it's already existed. You operating on something that already existed. But when you create it, that's why God said he's going to create the path for you.
Come
so
on.
That means by him creating something, that means it didn't exist. It didn't exist.
Cooking. You cooking, bro. You cooking. You cooking.
Oh my God.
He's cooking.
I hope y'all got that, man.
Just so you guys know, this is not scripted or anything like that. It was one text message going to another text message going to Messenger to, okay, we're going live at 7.
Facts.
Straight
It's
up.
real life.
There ain't like nothing. None of this is planned. None of this was planned, and that's how you know it's God. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with me. I'm just like you.
Man,
I'm
that was
That's
good.
the big thing. That's the big thing. We all are given the same thing. It's just how you use it. All of us got faith. He gave all of us faith. We start on the same level, but it's what you do that determines where your faith lies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
We
right.
all got the same amount. We all given the
That's
same
it.
amount.
Let's go.
We
Same
all
measure.
we all started January 1st the same. But what you gonna do is what separates you apart.
So look, real quick, coaches.
Yeah.
Go around here. I'm learning from Clubhouse moderation, Royce. So let's go around here, reset the room real quick, right? Let's reset the room real quick. Just in case some new people came in. We talking about, is it a new year, new who?
Mm.
So coaches, what do you have for people in their first week, first month, first quarter of the year? This is like pre-locker room. We about to go. The game is about to start. You know how the team go back in the locker room after they warm up right before it's time to come out. They get ready to really warm up for the game, and then it's game time. What would you tell your potential team right now before they really get warmed up? Because tomorrow is Monday. It's the first, you know what I'm saying? The first, we tip ball tomorrow. We get to see how it really is. Everybody can chill through the weekend. So what are you giving people to take home? If you can give them something, we're gonna give you a shot clock too. I ain't got no real shot clock, but you know what I'm saying. We're gonna give it each coach, we got about a minute. What you telling your team before takeoff on Monday? Starting with you, Royce, then Willie, then Lakeisha, or we can start with Lakeisha, Royce, and Willie, however you want to do it. So whoever go first, we'll go on clock. I'll go last.
I'll go ahead. I'll go because for me, I would encourage everybody to find a person or find a squad or find their team. You know, surround yourself with like-minded people and start there because you got to have that team or that circle or your person to be there in order to continue to encourage one another, like we was talking about sharpening and things like that. So get surrounded with the same people that are going for the same goal, and it's time, you know, and let go of those who are not going where you're going, because in 2021 everybody can't go where you're going. And do it without apologizing. Start letting your no be your no without an explanation. And it's okay to keep going without pulling somebody with you. So I would say find your squad, find your person, find your team, and work it for the rest of the year. Don't give up. Keep moving. No matter what come your way, what obstacle come your way, step over them and keep going. And stay right in the midst of the storm. Stay right in the eye, because that's where the protection is.
Boom. Let's go, Coach P. Let's go. What you got, Royce?
Oh man, that's hard to come behind, you know. So shoot, man, I guess I'll say, don't promise anybody else anything. You make the promise to yourself. Don't do it for nobody else. Do it for you. Like, you've been doing things for other people for so long that you just forgot about you. Forgot about you. So this year, you know, started off like doing this for you. And watch what happens. Watch how that turn. Again, one decision at a time. You know, and when you make that one decision, you make another decision, and you make another decision. And like my boy Blake Kernovic, the mental health hype man, he says small steps equal great distances. So don't promise nobody else anything. You promise yourself, and you execute on it for you.
Ooh. Y'all better write that down. What you got, Willie? Ooh, Royce. Y'all steaming. Y'all cooking, coaches. Y'all cooking. Let's go, Willie.
Man, look. I just want to let you know that purpose, God don't, how should I say this? I'm trying to be nice. Purpose is not about God using your skill. I'll say that again. Purpose is not about God using your skill. What you have to learn how to do is make a decision. And I know a lot of us are trying to make the right decision. And this is what happens when you try to make the right decision. When you're trying to make the perfect decision, what happens is when you're focused on trying to make the perfect decision, that causes you not to make a decision. But at the end of the day, you made a decision. So by doing that, you got to make one. It don't have to be the right one. Just make the decision, whether it's right or wrong. You be okay with the decision that you decided to make. And how you know you're okay with it? When you're no longer being tugged and pulled away, when you're not going back and forth trying to do a teeter or a totter. You're like, no, I feel good. I'm gonna stand up strong in this decision that I made, whether it falls or whether it breaks. Because one thing I know, that I'm not going to fall because God gonna have me by his hand. I may stumble, I may trip, but I'm not going to fall because he's right there. And all he's saying is, I just need you to have a little bit of faith to move this big old mountain because you so focused on the how. I just need you to be a part of the plan to get to your destiny, which allows you to focus and operate in your purpose. And you can't do that if you're not where you need to be, because you're trying to make a decision by thinking it has to be right, when you don't have to make the right one every time. Just make one. And the decision that you need to make is focused on you. Focus on you and watch how things open up for you. I am a witness. I started with nothing. I came in with myself and I'm advancing. I told y'all the word for me this year is advance. I'm applying pressure, and pressure is being applied. And I'm telling you, when you do that, you get to advance.
Cooking.
I'll better sign up.
Cooking. And I'll give my little 2 cents. I'm gonna just repeat what I've already said. Because in case my flamingo gets out of control. Like I said earlier. What did I say earlier? Dang it, hold on. I that was just so good. I'm trying to process this. Okay. So finish. The word is finish. You already know what you started. You already know what you should be doing. You already know what you need to work on, where you coming short. Get that thing tight. Like, get that thing tight. And last but not least, yo, you should never, if you want to be great, you want to be happy, you can't ever get tired of doing the fundamentals. Ever. At no point does any pro player get tired of doing dribbling drills. NBA coaches still do them. They still run a 3-man weave. So if you get tired of the 3-man weave on level 1, you can't play pro. It just ain't gonna happen. It's not. And until you learn that, and that means everything. How you do some things is how you do everything. So relationships, same thing. If you want the marriage, I'm talking to myself. Let me just make this clear, Royce. I think people think I'm talking to them, but no, I'm really talking to myself. I talk to myself like this. Keisha, no, I talk to myself like this. So I'm telling you, Ashley, if you want the marriage, you keep doing the small things, and we not talking about perfect, because I know there's somebody out in the world, Keisha, that'll tell you that I'm not perfect, and we already know that. So we gonna give them check. Yep, she's not perfect. Great, but I'm playing this hand the best way I know how, and I'm doing it with my heart, and I'm being as intentional as I can, with as conscious as I can be right now. If I can't, I'm surrounding myself by people that can help me with my blind spots. So like you said, you need a tribe. Otherwise, if you don't want to go far. You just want to go fast. Okay, so that's cool, but you're going to go nowhere fast, and that's okay. All right, so I'm just saying, get you a tribe, get you a coach. We got coaches. Willie got a coach. Royce got a coach. Keisha got a coach. And I know I got one. So I'm telling you, this is not a game. If you want to be great at this, and this is just practice for us, we're just really in our gifts. That's why we don't really have to talk much, because each of us are studying all day. We're working in our gifts all day long. Me and Willie about to do another show. Me and Coach Royce doing a show. We on Clubhouse talking. Me and Keisha's doing her own thing. We got a lot going. We about to launch the squad again, starting in 2021. So I'm telling you, if you need help, reach out to any one of us coaches. Each of us are for somebody. Our programs fit somebody. And the good thing is, you got people to choose from. That is a great thing. And we're working together. It don't matter who does your consultation, who does your assessment. As long as someone does it with you, that's all that matters. Because we can't coach every player, even if we wanted to. You feel me?
Mm.
So this ain't about us trying to sell you. It's about us exposing you to something that can empower you. So coaches, yo, we didn't all cry today. I love y'all. And
Man.
this is dope, man. I can't wait to do this
Yeah,
again next day. So if you seen this, tag somebody. If you just now coming in, watch the replay at work tomorrow. This is a good morning drive. This would be a good conversation to listen to tomorrow for sure. So if you see it and you can't watch it right now, just tag somebody, because you never know who you gonna save mentally. Because life is out here right now meant to destroy us. Right now, you have to ascend, meaning mentally and consciously. You have to think above this third dimensional world and everything physical and what I see only. You won't survive. Life right now, we seeing that death is really unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. We should not be seeing people die like this. And what we can do is make sure that we're living and that we're passing life to the people that are lost, that have a life still.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do. So I love y'all. That's my word. I went over my time, but you already know, Race. Take us out of here, man.
Oh no. We good.
Man,
good.
that was right on time. Right on time.
Yeah. We are definitely happy that you guys tuned in. I almost feel like doing an altar call.
I'm
Hey,
telling
who
you.
tell you? Hey. Don't get me started.
Yes.
Does anyone want to come? If you want to accept Jesus Christ and
Hey, for
and
real.
the assessment, what I'm saying?
You need Jesus. You need a coach. You need a mentor. You need a friend. You need a support group. We got you.
What we all have in common is that we have God. Without God, I'm telling you, I'd be nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, you guys, man, get a coach. We'll be on again. God bless y'all. Until next time. Peace, y'all.
Love y'all. Let's go.
Love y'all.